Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel where I teach you how to thrive, not just survive. So, for those that are here for the first time, welcome. And for those that have been following me for a while now, welcome back. So, if you are watching this video right now, it's likely that you have been considering uh, joining a law enforcement entity or getting to some type of job related to law enforcement, and you're curious about the type of education that you may benefit from in pursuing if it is that you want to get into this career field. One of the things that becomes very apparent in working with a lot of different folks in law enforcement is that at some point or another, the educational piece is going to be something that may benefit you no matter in what part of your career you will find yourself in. Many times the type of education that you are able to pursue, whether it be a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or a doctorate, those higher education opportunities are going to provide you with, open up some doors for you in relation to the work. So one of the things that I would highly suggest is before you start enrolling in any type of program that you are trying to use in benefit of your pursuit of law enforcement career, try to figure out in your state, in your specific jurisdiction, what is it that police department or that police entity requires from you as an employee when it comes to your educational background. So for example, in many states, the only requirement to become a police officer is a 60 credit degree, typically an associate's degree from a local college or a university. So with the 60 credits, you're basically allowed to then apply and to a police agency in your particular state. Now, what may be important to consider is that the state require for me to have a 60 credit degree that is specifically related to criminal justice or law enforcement, or can it be a degree in any general subject that can equally be something that meets the requirements of that specific state? So why that is important is that if you are not required to take 60 credits of criminal justice in order to apply to a police agency, I would highly encourage you to pursue a 60 credit degree in something else that you would like to pursue. If, for example, the law enforcement career is not something that you foresee yourself doing for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it may be. The reason why I say that is that if for some reason you do get into law enforcement, and let's say that you have a criminal justice specific degree, finding exit strategies or added opportunities for your own professional development, they become a bit more limited. If for some reason you just don't like the profession anymore and you're thinking like, you know what, I want to do something different. If you have obtained a 60, again, credit degree that is specific to criminal justice, your options may be a bit more limited. What I would highly encourage you to do instead is pursue a 60 credit degree in a different industry altogether and try to figure out something else that you would like to do if for some reason, again, the law enforcement career was not something that you wanted to continue to pursue. Now, if that is when your state does not require, again, for you to have a criminal justice specific degree to get into law enforcement. And the other thing too is that if your state does not require that, what ends up happening, you will start learning everything that has to do with law enforcement and the laws and everything about that once you get into the academy. So they'll teach you how to do the police work without the criminal justice degree being something that is going to be fundamental to you being able to do the job appropriately. All of that training you will obtain at the academy. You will obtain additional training once you get into your specific police department. So the criminal justice degree, again, it may be beneficial to a degree, no pun intended, but it's not going to necessarily, provide you with a lot of options moving forward. Now, one of the things that I hear often is that many times you get your 2-year degree, your 60 credit degree, and once you get in there, you can certainly, continue on a career with law enforcement for 30 years if you want to. Now, where it may be beneficial to pursue a higher degree, like a bachelor's degree or a master's degree or a doctorate degree, It's because sometimes those degrees are requirements, requirements by your police agency to promote or to get involved in specialized units. So, for example, let's say that in your agency you want to become a first line supervisor, whether it be a sergeant or a lieutenant, or you want to go even further into the command structure of your police department. Many times it is highly recommended that you have a minimum of a bachelor's degree in order to continue promoting. And again, I'll say this, that if for some reason it is not required that your bachelor's degree is related to criminal justice, I would highly encourage you to consider other degrees that you're interested in, like a business degree or anything to do with finances, or anything else that you're interested in the event, again, that you're like, you know what, law enforcement is just not for me and I want to go do something different. Now, again, just to kind of capture what I've kind of expressed here, if it is that you want to consider going into law enforcement, higher education is going to be extremely beneficial. Maybe you won't see it right off the bat, but it's certainly going to be something that is often incentivized, whether it be financially or opportunities to get into different positions in your police department. In addition, for, again, advancement in your police department or even laterally transferring to a different agency, those higher education degrees are going to be something that some agencies are going to be paying attention to. And just consider this: if you are competing with someone that only has a 60 degree, 60 credit degree, and you happen to have a bachelor's and or a master's degree, and you're competing for a position in leadership, let's say, well, that degree is going to come into play when it comes to getting opportunities in those specialized units or, again, positions of leadership. So if you, again, are considering getting into law enforcement, try to figure out what educational background you need for that. And again, I would encourage you to diversify your level of education in order to create added opportunities for you. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, like my channel, share it with anyone that can benefit from this message. And certainly, again, let's continue thriving.